Hello everybody, for today's STEAM activity, I'm going to be walking you through an art technique called blind contour drawing. What is that, you might ask? Well, we're just going to get to that right now. So blind contour drawing is an art technique where you draw something without looking at it. And the basis of the technique is what you're doing is you're going to just look at whatever it is you're drawing and not look at your page. The materials you need to do this activity are some sort of drawing pad. Whether that be a sketchbook or a blank piece of paper, you will be A-OK. A paper plate. If you don't have a paper plate, you can use a blank piece of paper and a pencil. So what you're going to do first is either take your paper plate or a blank piece of paper and poke your pencil through. What this is going to do is this is going to let you not see what you're drawing. The other thing you're going to need is 3 objects to draw. I suggest that for your first time, you choose objects that are simpler. So you might want to pick something like an apple or a pop bottle. More complex tries for people who are older and more experienced might try something like a ukulele or a guitar, a chair, or even a plant. So the purpose of this drawing, the purpose of this technique is to help you gain spatial awareness and spatial reasoning. So what spatial reasoning is that's our ability to look at objects and determine where they are in the space around us. For drawing, this is super important because when you are making a drawing, you want things to be in proportion. Sometimes we understand that a drawing looks bad, or we consider it to look bad because maybe if you're drawing a portrait, maybe you don't have the head the right proportion to the body. Or if you're drawing a landscape, maybe your cars are way too big for the buildings behind them. So doing this technique will help you hone and get a real good understanding of how large objects are in relation to each other. And while it might seem silly at first, it is super important, and it can be done as quickly as in 30 seconds to just 5 minutes a day. So the first thing I'm going to try and draw using this technique is this Coke bottle here. So what I'm going to do, it's very important that while you draw, you never take your pencil or pen or pencil crayon off the paper. You want to do your drawing all in one continuous line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stare at the Coke bottle and try and just picture the shape in my head. Trying really hard not to look at the drawing. Okay, so I think I've got the general outline done. So the contour means outside, for those who are unfamiliar with the word. So then now I see some reflections underneath the label. So now I'm gonna try and get some of those reflections in. Just doing little swoops. Now I'm going to try to just do the label, and then for funds, and then from here, I'm going to move back up and try and do the reflections in the top of the neck. And then I think I'm gonna go and do just a couple swirls to make that. So now I'm gonna lift off and see what do we got. Oh boy, that is something else. So you can see how in my brain, I got the up and the bottom, I got this to be matching back where it should be. So in my head, I had the right distance, but I had it about an inch or so over from where it should be. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to try is cup. And for fun, instead of using a pencil, what I'm going to use is a pencil crayon. And I would encourage you to do this also because it can lead to some really fascinating and amazing outcomes. So now I've got a red pencil crayon through here. And so I'm just going to come back over here. And now I'm going to draw the cup again. Or not again, I guess, for the first time. So now my trouble is to put in the handle without lifting my hand off again. So we got this kind of around, and then it's kind of thick, so I'll go inward and do that again. Now I could try to do the writing, but I am not going to in this case because we're trying to just draw something a little simpler, but I will try and put in these lines for the reflection. Now, admittedly, I have forgotten what I drew last, so now this is just going to be some really interesting okay, I think I'm betting that now I've put the reflection way too far over from the handle. Let's see. Oh, that's not terribly bad. We'll pull this up to take a closer look. And now we're going to draw one more third thing. And I'm going to try and draw. You're not going to be able to see the whole thing. Maybe if I put it like this. And I'll move that out. There. And then, you know what? For fun's sake, I'll even turn this on its side. So now, again, because I'm going to draw over top, what I'm going to use is another color. Green happens to be on the opposite end of the color wheel from red. So I am going to use green. So it pops out from the red that we have. And we'll start. So I'm going to start with the bulb. So we've got the bulb. And then we've got the thing that holds the bulb, the fixture. And then we've got this little round bit right here. And I swoop out. This part here. Then there's a big swoop, which comes out into a bigger ball. I'm going to try not to look at this. Now we're back to here. Now I have this part here to deal with. And that goes a little something like, and I've left this for last because if I didn't do my measurement right, that bulb's gonna be looking weird. All right, let's see how badly I botched this up. All right, you know what? It's not half bad. And it's left me with a very interesting set of lines. So just as a quick recap, you're going to need some sort of drawing pad, something to block your view and put your writing utensil through, be it an extra piece of paper or a paper plate, a drawing utensil, be it a pencil or pencil crayon, 3 objects, and the willingness to try things out. I would recommend, however, if you choose to just use just the pencil for all 3 drawings, I would suggest drawing on 3 separate pieces of paper as opposed to drawing overlapping drawings over top of one another. Again, you're also going to want to make sure that when you do draw, it is really important, cannot stress enough, that you are not supposed to pick up the pencil at any time. It's all one continuous line. So that's it. That's all there is to blind contour drawing. I would challenge you to do 3 drawings. Pick 3 objects in your classroom. Start with something simple like I said, maybe an apple from this morning's breakfast. Then you could try something more complex, like a chair or a table. And then finally, if you really, really want to challenge yourself, try and draw another person that's in the room with you. Anyways, that's it. I'd love to see what you guys come up with. Have fun. That's the big and most important thing, is to have fun and to just try your best. Have a good day.